Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing well today. Thank you for being here. My name is Aina, and I will be facilitating this mediation process. This is a space for open and comfortable dialogue. Now, let's move on to how both of you like to be addressed. Either one of you can first state on how you'll prefer me to address you.
Hi, just call me Alex, and my lawyer is Miss Husna.
Hi everyone, I'm Husna from Nours Husna, who will be assisting and representing my client, Mr. Alec, in this mediation process.
Great, thank you. And on the other side?
Hi, I am the owner of Antara Makan. People usually call me Ilya or Bella. You can call me either one, it's up to you.
I am Shahira and I will be presenting Antara Makan, Sendirian Berhad, my client.
Okay, if so, I will call you Miss Ilya. So Alex and Miss Ilya and both of the council, thanks again for being here. And now let's briefly touch on what mediation is. Mediation is a voluntary and confidential process where a natural third party, that's me, assists you in resolving your dispute. Unlike a court proceeding, mediation is designed to be collaborative and focus on finding a mutually agreeable solution. My role here is not to make decision or impose solution, but to help facilitate communication between both parties. Each of you will have opportunity to express your concern, and together, we will explore potential resolution. The mediation process involves a series of joint and private sessions. During the joint session, we'll discuss the issue at hand, and in private session, I'll have the chance to speak with each of you individually. Everything discussed in this private session will be confidential unless permission is granted to share specific information. Before we jump into the issue, I would like to confirm that both parties have the authority to settle today. Are there any limitation or constraint on your authority to reach an agreement?
I have full authority to reach an agreement.
I am the owner of the double-story shop lot in dispute, so for sure I have full authority to settle this matter.
Thank you for confirming. Now, let's establish some ground rules to ensure a fair and respectful process. We'll take turns speaking, and I will do my best to make sure everyone has opportunity to express themselves. Interrupting, offensive language, or personal attack are not permitted. Please keep in mind, the goal here is to find a resolution that works for both parties. The most important thing is that no phone allowed during the whole mediation session so that we can discuss without any interruption. It is okay for both of you?
Sure, Mr. Mediator.
Additionally, I would like to confirm your commitment to proceed with this mediation. I cannot be sure for how long this mediation session will last. It can be for a few hours or even longer. Are both parties willing to actively participate and work together, finding a resolution today?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Agree, we are committed.
Great. Lastly, I want to confirm that both parties have signed the agreement to mediate. Can we verify that this document has been signed by both sides?
From our part, yes, I have sent the mediate agreement that has been signed by me and Mr. Alex to you through your email. I hope you may check for your confirmation.
The same goes for us. The agreement to mediate has been signed and we have sent it through your email, and I hope you will check it for confirmation later.
Would you give me a few seconds to recheck?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, since everyone has signed the agreement, now, before we go through the specific of your dispute, do any of you have any question or concern about the mediation process or anything we have discussed so far?
No, miss.
No, miss.
All right, so we shall move on to the opening speech for both parties. Can I know which parties will like to start first?
Me? So thank you for being here today to listen to my side of story. So I stand here not just as a property owner, but also as someone who had a vision that beyond mere bricks and mortar. These premises in Damansara Heights was more than just a property to me. It was a dream brought to life, a space that I believe could contribute to the vibrant community in this newly developed shopping area. When I entrusted Antara Makan with the lease of my premises, I did so with optimism and the hope of fostering of a mutually beneficial relationship. I invested not only my property but also my dreams into this venture. Witnessing the premises to life, undergoing renovation and transformation into a restaurant was a testament to the potential that I saw in it. However, the dream has taken an unexpected turn. I find myself here today not as a happy landlord celebrating the success of a flourishing business, but as someone grappling with challenges that extend beyond financial concern. Antara was late in paying the February, April, and July rental, and also Antara did not pay the September and October rental to me, despite several reminder and demands. The premises, they represent a personal investment that has been compromised. The financial strain is felt deeply, but so too the emotional toll of seeing a vision crumble. I had hope for a thriving partnership, and it's pained me to stand here seeking resolution to what has become an unsettled situation. So I urge you to consider the emotional and personal aspect of the dispute, to recognize the dreams and aspirations that were once shared in this space. Today, I seek not only just a resolution to financial matters, but a restoration of trust and a path forward that acknowledge the emotion tied to this property. So that's all from me.
Yes, well, I hope that we will be able to reach a decision that will protect my client's interest and not deny any of your rights, Miss Bella. And as Mr. Elias said, your failure to deliver your obligation to pay on time has affected my client both mentally and financially. So my client, Mr. Elliot, has lots of other commitments which require him to spend a huge amount of money, and that's why paying your rent on time is really important for my client. Well, as far as I'm concerned, my client has given you so much tolerance and cooperation by giving several reminders and demands for you to pay your rent before the 7th day of each month as in the agreement. But we received no feedback or offer from your side to resolve this issue. Miss Ilya, we all know that the location of the shop lot is high in demand. So it is more beneficial for my client, Mr. Alex, if he wants to right away terminate the tenancy agreement and find a new tenant. However, knowing Mr. Alex, he's aware that your business was running at loss and slowly picking up after the renovation. Hence, that's why before Mr. Alex take action by instructing his property agent to lock the premise and force you to vacate the premise, I'm sure that he already offered you with so much consideration. However, I and Mr. Alex, we do appreciate your attendance today together with your counsel, Ms. Shahira, and it now seems like we can settle this dispute in a good way. And I hope that you can understand what my client wants from this matter. We are also looking forward to hear something from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alec and Ms. Husna. If I could summarize your opening speech, you have leased your premise to Antara Makan Sindiran Berhad or to Miss Ilya. However, Miss Ilya had failed to pay or already made a late payment for February, April, and July, and not make any payment on September and October. You already have given so much compromise before you take action to convict them, and you are here today to settle the dispute in a good way. Is there anything else I left out?
Thank you, Miss Aina. I think you have covered everything.
Great. So we shall continue with the other side. You may start, Miss Ilya, with your opening speech.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, honorable mediator and esteemed participants. We came before these mediations with the sincere hope of finding a fair and equitable resolution to the matter at hand between Antara Makan and Mr. Alex Tan. Our intention is to engage in an open and constructive dialogue to address the issue that have led us to this point. Antara Makan represents here today entered into a tenancy agreement with Mr. Alex Tan for the premise at Damansara High Extensions. We embarked on this venture with passions, investing significantly in renovations the premise to establish a restaurant business, contributing to the vibrancy of the newly developed shopping area. Regrettably, we acknowledge instances of delay rental payment, especially in February, April, and July of 2023. We recognize the seriousness of this delay and wish to express our sincere apologies to Mr. Alex Tan for any inconvenience caused. Moreover, we acknowledge that there were challenges in meeting the rental obligation for September and October of the same year. In these mediations, we seek not only a resolution for the financial matters at hand, but also a fair considerations of the losses and expenses incurred due to the forced evictions. Our commitment is to a constructive dialogue, and we are open to exploring mutually agreeable solutions that can pave the way for an amicable resolutions to the disputes. We thank you, Honorable Mediator, for facilitating this mediation process, and we look forward to engaging in a collaborative discussions that will helpfully lead to a resolution that is fair and just for all parties involved. Thank you.
I agree with my client, Ms. Mediator. We do acknowledge the concern raised by Mr. Alex Tan regarding delayed rental payment in February, April, and also July of 2023. From our side, we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused. We do understand the impact this may have had on Mr. Alex's expectation. However, Ms. Mediator, it is crucial to provide a broader context to the situation. My client faced unforeseen challenges during the specified months, impacting their cash flows and ability to meet the rental obligation promptly. We have taken steps to rectify these issues, including implementing improved financial management practices to avoid future delays. Regarding Mr. Alex Properties agent's action, the abrupt eviction not only disrupted my client's business operation, but also resulted in significant financial losses for them. But Ms. Mediator, as for now, our side are open to constructive dialogue, and we are open to explore mutually agreeable solutions so that both parties will move forward amicably. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ilya and Ms. Shaira. If I could summarize your opening statement, you agree that you had entered a tenancy agreement between you and Mr. Alex for a premise at Damansara High Extension. And you had acknowledged that the concern raised by Mr. Alex regarding the delay rental payment in February, April, and July. Aside from that, the reason for the delay is due to the unforeseen challenge during the specified month, impacting their cash flow and ability to meet the rental obligation. Hence, Alex property agent action, which is to eviction, not only disrupt Miss Ilya business operation, but also resulted in significant financial losses. Fortunately, you are here to open a constructive dialogue and are willing to explore mutually agreeable solution. Am I missing out anything?
You have covered everything.
Great. I think we could move on to agenda setting. Now, we will try to figure out all the key issue to your dispute together. Any of you want to point out the key issue that need our utmost attention first?
We are primarily concerned with the losses incurred due to the forced eviction and also the expenses related to setting up the restaurant. Besides, we also want to claim the sum that we stated in the court before, which is 250,000 ringgit as a result of Mr. Alex's purported action through his agent. Additionally, we want to discuss about the late payment of our side and the possibility of resuming the tenancy.
Thank you. So antara makan main concern are the losses from the eviction, setting up expenses, late payment, and the possibility of resuming the tenancy. Mr. Alex, what about your side?
From our side, our main concern lie in the repeated late payments, specifically in February, April, and July of 2023, as well as the non-payment of the rent for September and October 2023. So the resumption and continuation of tenancy may be considered if these issues are addressed and can be settled.
Thank you, Ms. Husna. To summarize, the concern of Alex's side is a focus on addressing repeated late payment and also the non-payment of the rent. There may be consideration for resuming the tenancy if these concerns are addressed. Now, let's see if there is a potential common ground. Before we go deeper into each of the issue, let me repeat all the issue for both sides. As for antara makan, your concern is in regards to the losses incurred due to the forced eviction, the expenses related to setting up the restaurant, and also the possibility of resuming the tenancy. And for Alex's part, basically your main concern is about the repeated late payment by antara makan and also the non-payment of rent for September 2023 and October of the same year, correct?
Yes, correct, Ms. Mediator.
Is there any area where both parties see potential for agreement or compromise?
We do acknowledge the late payment and admit that we missed to pay the rent as per agreed before. We are willing to discuss a reasonable repayment plan and ensure future payment to be done within the prescribed time. I really hope that we can maintain our good relationship.
We also open to address any other issues that may need attention so that there will be no problem that will rise in the future.
Well, I think that's a positive sign for both of us. Ensuring timely payment and addressing maintenance issue are crucial. So we may consider resuming the tenancy if these issues are properly settled.
It seems there is a potential ground on addressing the late payment and missed rent. Both of you also want to maintain your business relationship. This is a positive starting point. In our upcoming session, we will jump deeper into this area to find a resolution. Is there anything else either party would like to bring up before we proceed?
So far from our side, no.
And what about Miss Ilya's side?
We also didn't have.
I think that's all for now. Thank you.